Hey everyone, it's Ian from Alpha Cloud Productions, and I've done two other vlogs before, mainly focusing on Star Wars books, actually entirely focusing on Star Wars books, but this time, even though I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt, I am going to change the focus from Star Wars to a TV show called The X-Files. It's a pretty old TV show. It started in '92. Sorry for the light. It's like hard to stop. In my room. But anyway, it's a really old TV show from started in like 1992 or 93, I believe, and then 9 seasons later, up until 2002, it stopped. They made a movie, and then in 2008, and then they made a 10th season up in this year, early 2016, and it only had 6 episodes. But I'm only on season 3 right now. And the reason I wanted to do a vlog on the X-Files is because I wanted something a little bit more mainstream than Star Wars. Maybe something that everybody could get into, whether you're a Star Wars fan or not. But I'll hit up some Star Wars stuff later on in other weeks' vlogs. But anyway, it's a super, super, super cool show. I'm gonna try not to give you any spoilers or anything, but it basically consists of this guy named Fox Mulder, who has like a history with alien encounters, and he works at the FBI, and he's known as Spooky Mulder because he believes in all this paranormal, extraterrestrial stuff, and he takes these things called X-Files, which are, he studies these cases called X-Files, and he's shoved in the basement of the FBI because of this, because the X-Files are the files that have been put aside or dismissed by other bureaus of the government, and by the FBI themselves, because they're just like too weird and stuff like that, or the people there are ready to tackle it or whatever. Just like they don't think that it's like a serious issue, but he discovers through that that a lot of these things are actually paranormal stuff happening, or extracurricular. Been in school too long. Extraterrestrial stuff is actually going on, and but he also has this partner who's new to the X-Files, kind of like just met him in the beginning of the show, and is still like a more skeptical-minded person and everything, because she's more of a scientific person, named Agent Scully, Dana Scully, and so she's kind of the more level-headed person, but also a lot of the times she kind of tends to like deny what's right in front of her, because in favor for a scientific explanation. And so the show is really cool because you see all this really kind of like cool stuff happening, the alien stuff and everything else, but you also see it's kind of aggravating when you see Agent Scully denying this kind of stuff, but you love her to death because she's like one of the coolest characters in the world. And and the show has a really good dynamic of their relationship, and it's also really cool because it brings in the government into the mix, and how in the show the government is constantly denying knowledge, and Fox or Mulder is always getting way too deep kind of, and he has to be removed from the situation. So a lot of the times when they do a string of episodes focusing on a single storyline, at one time it always ends up with him and getting removed from the situation somehow. A lot of the time they plan to kill him, but the government doesn't get a chance, or they can't, because he's too well known in the bureau, and they would know that something else is going on too. And so and it's also, the show is also a cult classic. People really, really love the show, and it's been really popular, and I was amazed to find out I've seen all these pop culture references and everything, all this stuff, and all these actors and actresses before and other stuff, but I never knew what they were from or anything, or the origin from it. And it turns out a lot of these things originated with the X-Files. So like that classic alien music, that banana, or I don't know, I can't really do it, but like, you know, if you've ever seen those memes or those vines with the Illuminati sound, like that's all from X-Files. Like that's the X-Files theme song, like a classic stereotype alien song. And you know, and also it's like, and I'm only up in season 3 right now, but all these stars apparently like, either got their start or you know appeared in the X Files before they were ever famous. Like I was watching this episode and Jack Black was in it, and in the same episode the guy who plays like the office dude from Avatar, the James Cameron movie, um the guy who's like the head CEO boss, he was in that same episode too. They were like starring together. But that was before they ever really made it or really famous. Then just an episode I watched a day or two ago, Ryan Reynolds was in it, and he played this high school student, and it was like really crazy seeing these people in it that you know really well, and it's like, wow, this is before they were ever famous. Like this show is a really great show. Anyway, this vlog was just like my quick review up to season 3. Whenever I finish the show, I'll definitely do another review of it, and then I'll also do a review of the movie because I'm pretty interested in seeing the movie. It's called X-Files: I Want to Believe, and I read a little plot summary about it, and it's supposed to be like Mulder got like way too deep into this stuff, and so he kind of got like exiled in the bureau, and then like one case brings, and you know Scully was like taken off as his partner, so she wasn't there anymore, and then it's like them reuniting for a case like years later. So that should be pretty cool to see, especially you know seeing how much they've aged in the 6 years since the show stopped. But yeah, you know, next week I'll probably go back to Star Wars. But until then, it was a great vlog, and well, whatever. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.
I'm done chasing monsters in the dark.
It's here. I need you on this with me. It's here. It's here.
Billy.
And Charlie. And if you like that video as much as we think you did,
Comment, like, subscribe.
and if you want to watch more, go and click over here.
See you again soon.